What can we accomplish when we empower the entrepreneurial spirit in each of us to recognize opportunities and take action?
2,000 children in 10 countries now have the uniforms they need to attend school, and a budding student entrepreneur becomes a passionate and empowered leader of one of the fastest growing CSR brands.
A university's $5 million energy bill can be reduced by 10% using 1.5 million kilowatt hours less each year.
A community can save $366,000 by ending the college tradition of dumpster diving.
Students can save 2.2 million gallons of water and keep $180,000 in wasted energy from going down the drain.
A community that faces economic challenges can now recycle 788 tons of waste into a self-sustaining recycling plant, saving $40,000 each year.
We can save $42,000 by learning how to grow more pineapples.
And an Enactus student can overcome his past as a child laborer in Western Africa and return to empower his home country using his education and experience to become part of the sustainable solution.
This year, BYU Hawaii Enactus students did what all our teams aspire to do, enable progress through entrepreneurial action.
We collaborated with many others, directly impacting 27,000 people.
The knowledge and skills we provided allowed them to impact 100,000 people indirectly, delivering $2 million in quantifiable cost savings, revenues, and social benefits that empowered our students, campus, and communities.
We now share with you results of effective empowerment and examples of what can happen when entrepreneurial potential is unlocked.
Empowerment begins with each of us. Our team operates with a system called Project in a Box, a turnkey adaptation of critical elements of the Project Management Institute's methodology.
Our team has trained over 20 certified associates in project management. All of these Enactus students have been hired within 6 months of graduation, thanks in large part to the Enactus network of partner companies.
PMI featured one of our team members at their Global Congress in New Orleans. Thomas McBride highlighted our partnership and showed project managers from around the world how we implement project methodology in our campus and how they can do it with Enactus teams everywhere.
Ben Howes joined Enactus in 2011, ready to implement his vision to provide school uniforms to children in developing countries through sales of t-shirts.
Our Enactus team implemented sourcing solutions, business processes, turnkey uniform delivery projects, and marketing solutions. Thanks to a new agreement with our local Sam's Club, Akin apparel will now be showcased in Hawaii locations, raising awareness of the value of supporting local education.
Now in its 3rd year of operation, Akin has become one of the most socially aware apparel brands and is consistently securing new corporate customers. To date, Akin has sold over 2,000 shirts.
Those sales empowered 2,000 children in 10 countries to attend school. Our team empowered Ben each step of the way, from student with a big idea to project leader, then CEO of Akin. A recent graduate, Ben now serves on our business advisory board, mentoring Enactus students who wish to follow his path.
Living on isolated islands, Hawaii residents understand the responsibility to manage limited resources and minimize waste.
In 2012, our small campus paid $8 million for power and water. Rising electricity costs and waste disposal problems created a financial strain on the university and the students. We had to act.
Facilities management, BEB volunteers and Enactus students partnered together to form a SWAT team, a program that identifies inefficiencies in resource use and waste management and delivers solutions.
Enactus provides needs analysis, business plans, process improvements, project management, executive reporting, volunteer labor, and implementation of solutions.
Last year, more efficient energy use saved $347,000. This year, we replaced 9,000 lights with high-efficiency bulbs. Energy usage has been reduced by 120,000 kilowatt hours per month, saving $495,000 each year.
The knowledge and expertise gained from this experience was shared with other universities, local businesses, and in our own homes to increase energy efficiency.
In addition to energy conservation, we completed 4 SWAT projects this past year, which we will now highlight.
School in Hawaii sounds pretty exciting until you contemplate getting your stuff on and off the island. High baggage prices and shipping costs compel new college students to buy basic necessities once they reach the island, while graduating students fill dumpsters and landfills with things they can't afford to ship home.
If dumpster diving were an Olympic sport, we're confident we would be gold medal contenders. But it wasn't a sustainable solution.
Realizing that departing students and arriving students' needs complement each other, the give and take concept began in 2011 as a solution for students to donate usable items and acquire items that they need on campus.
The problem was how to operate this sustainably. We didn't need cash, but the current volunteer labor model wasn't working. Our Enactus team proposed a creative solution.
Students taking items could pay by giving their time to provide labor needed to run give and take operations. They sort, repair, or help volunteer supervisors as payment for items they take.
The next Enactus project team focused on increasing awareness of give and take to new students, as we were collecting more items than we could give away. The result? The amount of transactions of give and take increased by 60% this past year.
This year, 41,000 items were donated to students, valued at $366,000. The give and take is now so successful that surplus items have been made available to members of our community to help meet their needs. Even then, we still had a surplus and decided to expand our influence for good. This past year, 2,000 items were donated to local charities.
Give and take is now self-sustaining at BYU Hawaii, empowered with long-term systems implemented by Enactus students. We also eliminated the sport of dumpster diving as full dumpsters became scarce.
Fresh water is a precious resource, especially on an island. To conserve it and reduce energy used in heating and pumping it, we mobilized teams of students to install 600 low-flow shower heads.
Low flow? Well, I don't like the sound of that.
I hear you. However, analysis revealed a majority of students, faculty, and staff saw no significant difference in the shower heads, especially when they learned this was saving the campus 788 million gallons of fresh water and $2.2 million, and all with minimal bad hair days.
The university recouped their initial investment in just 8 days of savings. These shower heads will last for 5 years, but knowing how to save water, that will last a lifetime.
Building on this success, we were challenged to analyze our campus recyclable waste issue and formally propose a cost-effective solution that could be implemented by September 2013.
Hawaii law mandates the recycling of all recyclable waste. However, state funding for cardboard recycling had just been terminated. The university now had to pay $700 per visit to empty our large cardboard bin.
Project manager Carlos and his team of 6 Enactus students discovered in their analysis that the university dumped an average of 6 tons of recyclable waste per week at the landfill, costing over $26,000 per year.
We determined that recyclable waste was being ineffectively managed due to a lack of awareness, incentives, infrastructure, collection processes, and a coordinated plan of action.
There was also legal risk if recycled waste continued to be unloaded at the landfill.
Our analysis estimated that the campus was losing $18,000 in annual revenue from unrecycled waste because 90% of our campus buildings had no recycling bins. A business, marketing, and implementation plan were then developed to take action.
Through creative sourcing, an old cardboard baler being scrapped from our sister school in Idaho was transferred and installed last June.
A new recycling collection system was developed to address the low percentage of recycling. The new system has over 100 bins at key locations on campus, increasing accessibility for all to recycle.
To increase recycling awareness on campus, we launched a Facebook campaign, Through Recycling Party, and now require recycling information at new student orientation.
Our most successful marketing campaign was our Soap for Savings project. More details can be found in our annual report.
The community heard about our recycling center, and our local elementary school and high school asked us to recycle their cardboard. Then local businesses contacted us to help them with the same problems they faced.
Over 300 students participated in various activities to install bins, promote, recycle, and educate about recycling bins. Our operations grew from recycling 1 bale per month to 12 to 16 bales per month now.
We now sort and recycle our own paper, and are paid an average of $140 per week for delivered bales.
After several months of monitoring, our Enactus project team verified that increasing our capture of recyclable material reduced the amount of waste going to the landfill by 40%.
The current revenues and cost avoidance easily sustains this operation. In fact, this project is on track to deliver $40,000 in incremental revenues and cost savings after expenses. Long-term, it will also directly impact our community by providing a new recycling option and less landfill use.
The Polynesian Cultural Center, the largest paid tourist attraction in Hawaii, generates 1 pound of food waste on average per tourist. By Hawaii law, this food waste has to be properly disposed of.
PCC paid $70,000 annually to dispose of food waste. Pineapple tops and other fruit parts are a majority of this waste.
Our SWAT team saw an opportunity.
We began by collecting this waste. We discovered that a pineapple top can grow a new pineapple in a little over a year. So far, 2,000 pineapples have been planted in an unused acre behind our campus.
Many of you know what to do when life hands you lemons, but what about when life hands you pineapples?
Make more pineapples! Now, 12,000 pounds of fruit waste is collected per month, saving $42,000 in disposal costs per year. This waste is processed in our campus grinder and turned into usable mulch for growing.
All these swap projects not only save our campus over $1 million each year, but we are taking these solutions and implementing them into our community and back to our homes. SWAT will continue to deliver value far into the future. In fact, the net present value of SWAT projects over the next 5 years is over $5 million.
My name is Seri Kumakone, and this is my story. When my parent died, I started working on the cacao farms when I was 6 years old. I worked 10 hours a day, clearing the weeds with machetes, planting the seeds, harvesting the beans, and carrying heavy loads on my head and back. During the 6 years that I spent as a child laborer, I didn't have the opportunity to attend school.
Today, children still work because of the extreme poverty of the farmers, the shortage of food, and the lack of education.
With Kone as our inspirational project manager, we created Well Africa in 2012 to provide locally supportive, collaborative solutions to address the root causes of child labor in the cacao industry.
Our unique approach required partnership of all supply chain stakeholders, from children to farmers to co-ops, to distributors to large buyers, to end consumers of cacao products.
We conducted a needs analysis to understand the controllable root causes that pressured farmers to use child labor. From 5 potential locations, we selected the village of Tui as the most appropriate place to start.
279 farmers were surveyed. We determined that the average farm in Tui produces 40% less than a normal farm. Average farmer's income averaged $1,500, that there was a strong positive correlation between a farmer's economic performance and use of child labor.
I reviewed the survey results with the community leaders and together agreed to design solutions that could be implemented through our 50-50 partnership model.
This 50-50 partnership model empowered and ensured long-term commitment and sustainability. Locals were active participants in the creation of solutions, committing labor, land, and resources.
Building credibility was our biggest risk to success, but local farmers trusted Kone. They knew he was one of them.
No one is to be blamed, and everyone is part of the solution. This is a key tenet of our Well Africa strategy.
Our team and the community agreed on these deliverables of our project to first gain trust and support of the community through mutually developed achievable social improvement projects, to train farmers on agricultural logistics, and to educate the children with the local school.
As a sign of their commitment, the village pledged 10 acres of land to a nearby school and teaching farm.
The village elders proposed an overhaul of the local hospital to build broader community support.
Our generous Enactus BAB member, Barbara Barrington-Jones, and others matched the community's 10-acre investment with $50,000 to pay for the building of the school. The first 400 children will begin school this September.
1,000 local children were surveyed to understand educational needs. The survey confirmed the need for closer schools, proper curriculum, and teachers.
Kone made a cold call to the First Lady of Ivory Coast and presented his story, needs analysis, and proposed solution with a request for help. This meeting opened doors with the Ministry of Agriculture, Education, and Governor of Tui. They pledged to sponsor teachers and a new curriculum for the school.
New training was provided to 10 local co-ops consisting of 45 leading farmers on the use of computers and business principles. They created a data set of 3,000 farmers and their production for the last 3 years.
We analyzed the 24 farmers that had been trained a year earlier with our new program and saw their yields increase by 30%. This increase allowed one farmer, Louis, to have extra profit needed to build a house for his family.
The community established a garden to try the techniques they learned, like composting. We provided training, they provided labor and land as part of our 50-50 model.
To celebrate the December 2013 groundbreaking of the new school, 900 children who could attend this school received Christmas presents. And by this time, this garden had produced over 4 tons of food, more than the village had ever seen on such a small garden.
The school will have an annual $3,500 operating budget that will be met by charging $10 tuition. The teaching farm will generate $10,000 in annual revenue and cacao sales to financially sustain the program.
To increase global awareness, I have formed partnership with the Arbinger Institute and Barry Calvo, the world's largest cacao buyer.
Coney recently launched a podcast with the Arbinger's Global Reconciliation Project. A link to this can be found in our annual report.
We engaged an entire community to identify the root causes of child labor and provide solutions to social and economic needs. Preparation for the next village has begun.
So what can we accomplish when we empower the entrepreneurial spirit in each of us?
Empowered stakeholders.
New school uniforms for children.
Application of business and economic concepts.
Child labor problems addressed.
Tons of waste recycled.
University power bill reduced.
And sustainable change.
You get Enactus.